as well, I got a chance to look at the characters on the character select screen, and Nemmy, going a little bit out of left field, has decided that it is an Etalus type of night.
Yeah, that's what she said coming into it. I was fully anticipating this character coming out. They usually go locks, but because of their experience in Rivals 1, I wouldn't be surprised seeing virtually any character being pulled out at this level. But Etalus, not a character that people are really thinking highly of thus far, did just get recently buffed. But, you know, the character just came out, what, 2 weeks ago? So we're still got a lot of room for exploration.
The character can definitely be explored. It's just a shame a lot of the Etalus mains are just doomer posting because that character just doesn't have the wave dash out of dash attack. We're already seeing a little bit of problem. No ice means this character can have a lot of trouble with mobility, particularly with that dash attack, but still getting the cross up into the grab. Solid damage.
Now we see honk getting trapped into the corner, those icicles being so oppressive. And honestly, as Kragg, I don't know what you do about icicles, especially when you're kind of forced to utilize that pillar. As long as Nemmy picks her spots well, but back throw at 70, that's crazy early.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that whatsoever. That was 100% Nemmy was a little bit mixed up. This character isn't as heavy as Kragg, but that's still a big body. That's still a heavyweight.
Absolutely. I think Etalus taking on second or third heaviest, somewhere up there.
Did you see, this is the new buff that this character got, actually, the ability to like do a grounded up B and jump out of it? It's such an interesting option. I've seen a lot of players like basically use that as a pseudo shine almost.
Yeah, it's nice that they're giving the character like I like Rival's direction of giving characters creative defensive resources. We're kind of used to platform fighters not being like super heavy in exploration with that, so giving a character a frame one option like that is kind of nice.
Agreed, agreed. It's definitely one of the more unique options, but unfortunately unable to recover right there. Looks like I think Nemmy, she looked like she was going to be able to make it back with that double jump, but just did not quite get the edge, and then didn't recognize it quick enough.
Was trying to probably sweet spot the ledge and avoid getting hit.
True enough.
There, but now we see honk stuck in the corner. Once again, that forwarder not quite going to take it off. The icicles are going to be very forcing. Here comes the pillar. That back air still not going to be a great DI coming out from honk.
And I don't think you can recover. It doesn't matter. That pillar intercept, I feel like you talked about this in the matchup a little bit. You don't know what Kragg does against icicles on stage. What about off stage?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Sometimes you just get put into the those checkmate situations. And even though, you know, Etalus not one of the stronger characters in the meta right now, still definitely has some stuff and absolutely has some tools coming into this match right here. It's anybody's game coming into it as honk continues to push Nemmy into the corner and continues to rack up that percent.
These special get-ups have been paying dividends for Nemmy too. Like a couple times in a row, just like sliding all the way across stage into an aggressive situation. Stuck on the platform though. Forward air doing a good job to force Nemmy off stage. Can't quite get the shards up either.
Having to run low, special get up once again, going all the way across the stage, and now we have a little bit of stage control with all that ice down there. We try to go for the dare, not going to find it there. Up tilt going to send Nemmy straight up to the top. How do we land? Well, we're not going to land there safely. honk with the forward air and off stage. Nemmy making the high recovery. We'll see how she gets back on.
Just keep forward airing. Eventually it will work, honk. I trust. Oh, what'd I say? What'd I say?
And we get the cheekbone hitbox again. I heard IRLC talking about it earlier. The amount of times that we've seen reverse hits today have been, like, really crazy.
It does feel as though Kragg reverse hit fair is particularly egregious.
Yes.
Like, that move is, like, that was probably the sour spot.
Yeah, it's sending the complete wrong direction, but also mixing your DI, giving you no chance to live. It's really hard to deal with.
But look at that, we already see a couple of those like up B jump outs. It just gives this character the ability to really spawn ice and spread it a lot more efficiently. This finally we get a little bit additional mobility. It did feel like week one, this character was struggling to get ice going.
That is nice seeing those quality of life changes, and of course the team constantly making updates to these characters. I mean, sometimes it's hard to keep up with all the things that are coming out, but unfortunately getting that neutral B instead of the weak up B, trying to sweet spot that ledge once again. And we do see a little bit of that rush showing through, of course, not having as much time on a character. You're going to see a few more mistakes like that, but all things considered, still doing fairly well in getting the ledge hog to secure the stock over honk.
honk now has a little bit of a lead, but I really do feel like on Rockwall in particular, like Etalus can do some absolute nonsense. Like Kragg has some shenanigans you can pull to get early kills with things like fair setups. But Etalus in particular, like the edge guarding is going to be really, really easy if Etalus can actually get 2 feet set on the top flat.
Yeah, because you're able to put that icicle in a much higher position and force out that early pillar. Love that forward air right there. Tries to get the down B, and I love that too because that also catches tech coming out from honk, and that pillar, Nemmy ends up getting the extension off of it, and what an early kill as well, turning this completely around.
I call that the Tower of Babel because that was a little bit of hubris, trying to build that one as high as possible, and honk just ends up losing his stock cause of it.
Oh, we do have to watch that shield though. It's looking very low for Nemmy. We do get the grab though, regular pummel. What's the follow-up? Oh, we get the re-grab onto the platform. Misses the tech chase, but still, this is solid damage coming out from Nemmy.
Did you catch how honk was able to just spot dodge the special pummel from Nemmy?
Insane.
Yeah, that was both great reactions, but also kind of crazy that that move is so powerful, but it can very well be intercepted that easily.
Oh no, unfortunately, Nemmy being carried down into the blast zone by the pillar. We still have honk at 90%, but this is prime time. Etalus having to fish for those kills just maybe a little bit harder. We're gonna have to see how we take this one here. Tries to get the up strong off of the pillar. Not gonna find it there though.
It was the right read too, just a little bit off on the timing. I'm also I really appreciate how Nemmy's trying to get these approaches going. It's the back air that's that move that Nemmy is really relying on. It leads into so much, and it's secretly kind of safe.
It reminds me more of like a Brawl King DDD sort of back air, where it's like, it's not a move that you would expect to work on a heavy, but it just kind of does. It fits into their kit very well. Forward air, that's probably going to be it. Oh no!
Nemmy
not
got off
going
the
for
edge.
the ledge hog, yeah.
Just get the punish. Oh, a little bit of a delay by honk. I dig that.
Yeah, it's really hard to time a punish on the armor. And the Kragg is being smart about it. Now we see Nemmy, who was once ahead by 90% in this stock, almost getting turned completely around, but the forward air is going to take it off the side and even up the set count.
Kind of surprising that that didn't blue screen too at like 170 after the hits.
Yeah, I mean, it was from across the screen, and I think we caught honk trying to dash back here. Just
Yeah,
kind of
you're
dash
right.
dance in place. So it wasn't the best DI, but you know, I think that's something that we're going to look forward to in future patches, is making sure that Etalus has maybe a few more consistent ways to kill it. It feels like a lot of Etalus players are struggling with that a little bit and having to fish in those high-pressure situations.
Yeah, the strong attacks aren't as consistent. Like you do, I think there were a couple hitboxes added to make them a little bit harder to fall out of. But still, because you're sliding, oftentimes you get weak hitboxes on that. And I swear to God, that F strong is just useless. I have seen people fall out of that hitbox way too many times to trust it.
I don't even remember what it looks like, so yeah.
That'll tell you a little bit about that move.
We do find the up tilt into the forward air though, and already using those icicle beams to put on some pressure to honk. We do have to cancel up out of there to grab the ledge. Now it's honk's turn a little bit.
Yeah, applying a little bit of pressure with this Kragg. I mean, you're really seeing a lot of these B&Bs work so well against this big-bodied character in Etalus.
And unfortunately, we keep seeing Nemmy making these flubs in defensive situations. Poor DI on that forward air is going to lead to another very early stock, and you need to take every single opportunity that you can get and survive as long as you can. I mean, that's one of the big values of playing a character like this, is having that extra survivability. But oh no, are we going to SD here? No, just barely making it back to ledge. But yet again, Nemmy is just catching herself in the corner again and again and having a hard time getting in.
Oh, I like that option, actually, just forcing that rolling boulder off stage. But the wall is out, has to go over it. But that is one of the benefits of Etalus. The character, oh no. There's no mashing here, but actually gets the timing wrong. honk is able to escape. See, I was going to say, Etalus actually gets the up special back if you wall jump. So a couple times now, Nemmy's gone really, really ham off stage or with the recovery, with the knowledge that, oh, I can just do it again as soon as I get the wall jump going.
I do feel like Nemmy is getting maybe a little bit overzealous, trying to find creative ways to be able to get back to the stage. But now we're kind of forced to recover high there, able to get out with the nair, but we do have to take this stock relatively quickly. I love that slide off too with the up strong to stay relatively safe, but DI's in on the down throw fair. That's not what you want. honk is up 3 stocks to 1 and still alive and fairly healthy.
That's that Kragg specials. Is he going to go ahead and forward throw you? Do you have to hold in? Or is he going to get that down throw, go for the 50-50 with the fair mix-up? It is always devastating in high percents. You better react ASAP.
Kind of unfortunate too that Nemmy missing the armor off the ice off the ground, so not even going to be able to use that benefit right there. We get the throw. Honk looking for the jabs, looking to apply some sort of pressure here in that back air. It's so safe, so difficult to get in on. Nemmy struggling to actually punish it. Finally does with the up throw onto the platform, but one down throw back air sending her off stage once again, and it's looking all but over in this game 3. What can Nemmy say about that?
Well, recovery going high with the up special. Tries to get something going with the forward air. This does feel as though it's do or die. We've got to get something on this platform. Up tilt into the forward air. Good hitbox, but this tech chase is like, it feels as though the combo differential between these two characters is just stunning. Like, Nemmy's getting 2 pieces. Honk is getting the whole biscuit.
Yeah, and even the 2 pieces, they aren't doing that much damage or really putting in Honk of that tight of spots.
Okay, that's a 3-piece, though.
Yeah, well,
we're good with that.
Piece, but oh,
no.
the SD! So unfortunate. We had the edge guard right here. We finally got Honk off stage, and this is the win condition in the matchup, but I think just a little bit too low. I saw that air dodge up as well, so just not able to get there.
I think it was like a wall jump, but no up B buffer.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Perhaps just trying to DI in, get the wall jump, and then the up B, and either the wall jump didn't come out or the up B didn't come out. Unfortunate for Nemmy for sure, because that last little interchange was phenomenal.
Yeah. It was a great sequence, and hopefully we'll get to see more signs of genius just like that. We're taking off the shirt right now. We're putting on the tank top. Sleeves are rolled up. Hey, listen, if it can work for Light and Ultimate... Oh,
wait.
Is this a Kragg?
No way. We actually are going with the Ditto here.
Hey, listen,
Fire and Ice.
It worked for Orf in pools against Honk. Orf, of course, Raster main. And it was able to actually get a game. So who knows? Maybe Nemmy can do the exact same thing here.
Wait, Orf went
Kragg versus Honk in a game.
I've never seen Orf go Kragg before.
Neither have I. But oh my goodness, look at that right now for Nemmy. It's kind of the same deal, right? This Kragg mirror, it can throw you for a loop.
Yeah, Kragg can do literally everything to Kragg. It just maximizes this character's advantage state.
And especially when it's coming from not a Kragg player, it's throwing your matchup knowledge off guard of what you're expecting, because it's that fundamental gameplay that's coming out. And actually, Nemmy just completely in the driver's seat right now, getting Honk off stage once again. But we are seeing these rocks being thrown out and tech chases. Just in general, we are stuck with the rock off stage, but Nemmy able to get rid of it just in time and apply more pressure and take that stage control back and extend this lead even further. I mean, 56% is nothing to Scott.
Unable to punish special get up instead. What a mix-up by Honk. I'm digging that little interesting option. Now we're both fairing. It is that kind of percent right now.
And now it's time to pillar high, side B low. We'll see what the punish is. Just going for the pieces of it. Gets the pebbles, and we do end up getting a little bit more damage, but you have to finish your food. And Nemmy still alive, and oh my goodness!
The pillar get intercepted by the other pillar. That is messed up.
I have never seen that before. They up-B at the same time, and Nemmy getting pushed out.
And Nemmy actually landed on her own plat all the way off stage. That is miserable if you are Honk. You thought you had the full stock and said, Nemmy, you're going to make it back for free. It's still getting pressure with these affairs, but full stage control. Oh, but doesn't get the fast fall on that last nair.
Still, though, Nemmy applying all the pressure in the world, sitting pretty at 201%. I mean, this is the stock lived worthwhile, as finally the fair is able to take it for Honk, but this counter pick surprisingly working out thus far. And we're not going to find a conversion off of that throw, but still, Nemmy coming in with the neutral air into that forward air, and we have pressure for Honk off stage and able to get up to that top plat of Jules Veil. Still not going to kill, but 1-2, not going to hit the third one. And Honk looking for cheese on the reversal, but finally the upstrong does it for Nemmy, and now Honk on his last stock.
This is particularly tilting. Like, if your opponent counterpicks you, it's like, okay, they've got another character, what can you do about that? If they counterpick your character, it always feels extra disrespectful. It's like, oh, okay, I don't even need to be a main here. I just know that this character's brain dead. What of it?
Yeah, it gets your heart racing an extra 10 beats per second when you see your own character come out, and it's like, okay, what do they have cooking? Because it
What do they
usually
know?
ends up either really, really good or really, really bad. And there's not a whole lot of in between. We see that reverse fair coming out once again, almost throwing Nemmy for a loop, but we're still going to survive that, and that has been, I think, her greatest strength in this match so far, is just being able to live these hits forever. And if we can continue to do that on this stock, it's going to look very good for her to bring this to Game 5.
Oh, no pillar, so that is going to be an easy forward air, though. So,
Yeah.
Nemmy on the last stock, and this lead has started to evaporate.
Yep, just a little bit. Honk starting to figure something out, but oh no, an
Nemmy.
unfortunate SD.
The bug is an earth elemental. You need to stay on stage, Nemmy. That is, air is not, this is not a raster we're playing here. This character has no wings.
Yeah,
That was, that was so sad.
I'm speechless.
Nemmy was cooking that entire set. I was really looking forward to seeing something incredible pop off, but instead, that's just the little bit of a fastball. Nemmy saw, I have the ability to get a kill right here, but maybe